Welcome back, family. Hey, both of us just got to go see Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3. And
V3.
Yes, and we're going to be giving our review of the movie, and I guarantee you we'll be spoiling some stuff in it. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch it. Hurry up and go watch the movie and then come back and watch our video.
Yeah, and if it's I don't want to have to worry about spoiling something. So, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Look, if you want a non-spoiler, okay. I thought the movie was very good. I liked it better than the second one. Not quite as good as the first. Is it worth seeing? Absolutely. See it on a big screen? Absolutely.
Yes, I agree with that. I also think it is probably the best thing Marvel has put out since
Endgame?
Yeah.
Because I consider No Way Home to be Sony.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, now the spoilers begin.
Yes. And I've been avoiding so many things on YouTube lately. I tell you, I'm about 35 minutes from the movie theater, so the whole way home, I was just playing new Rockstar's Easter eggs and everything, to see what I missed or what I didn't.
I got to do that. I haven't checked out any of those yet. I barely got time to see it. Well, thoughts off the top of your head?
One of the first things that I noticed as I was watching this film is the trailer. The trailer had so many scenes in it that we thought were going to spoil stuff. And every scene we saw in the trailer had nothing to do with what we thought it was actually relating to. And it was all early in the film.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, I knew just a very little bit about the plot. Obviously it was going to be about Rocket-centric, but I didn't know a lot or what to expect. And now that you mention it, yeah, trailers didn't really give away much.
Yeah, they were very misleading, which was I'm glad about that. I mean, A lot of people thought that Peter Quill was going to die because they see Nebula carrying him with all the Guardians there. No, it was the opening credits that scene was.
He was just drunk.
He was just drunk, exactly.
So you almost got your wish about a relationship there. It was a little touch and go between him and Nebula.
Yep. And I don't rule it out for the future.
Well, yeah. You were talking about how you had saw some concern about whether Grand Inquisitor was... Not Grand Inquisitor. Wow.
The bad guy?
Yeah. Was not
High Evolutionary.
High Evolutionary. Was not that good of a bad guy. What did you think?
Could have been better. Not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I thought he was fine.
Well, I mean, I thought he was an okay villain. I didn't think it was anything record-breaking. I thought he was a guy that's nuts, so with a lot of power.
Yeah, and it was definitely... There were 2 times where I got a little glass-eyed. I didn't do the full-on cry. Not that I'm afraid of it, I just didn't.
Yeah, neither did I, actually. I got a couple of tears here or there, but not... I mean, I had the napkins ready, but same thing.
The one part that caught me off guard, I was like, oh, I'm actually doing this right now, was when Kraglin saw Yondu.
That was mine.
I was like, what's happening right now?
Yep.
Yondu? Okay, I guess Yondu does it for me.
Yep.
So that was a sweet moment.
I control it with my heart.
Dang, what was the other time? I think something with Rocket. I don't remember which.
Oh, when he turns around and his friends were all shot.
Yeah, that whole, yeah, that's true, yeah. She died way quicker than I thought. Mm-hmm. Just by getting shot like that.
Yeah, the way she got shot, what kind of a gun can, only goes halfway through an otter? I don't know. But the way I heard the boom and she grabbed her chest and there was nothing there, I thought that I was going to see him with a remote control triggering the kill switch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But they did a good job of building those relationships up to only tear them down when they got killed. Mm-hmm. So I definitely felt that. I thought it looked really good. I thought the CG was pretty good in this movie.
But also, him letting all his friends down, getting all his friends killed. that explains completely why Rocket was always trying to push people away. Don't get too close to me because I get people killed.
Yeah. Well, and it was, as the movie was going on, I was like, man, this is weird to have a Guardians movie where Rocket is just in bed. Like, we don't have a lot of Rocket in the present time, in the present story. So, what did you think of him?
Warlock?
Yeah.
He's supposed to have the Soul Stone. Then they just made it some generic stone because obviously all the stones are destroyed in Earth 616. But, well, you didn't let him cook long enough. That's why he's an idiot. They really did portray him to be, I get it, a child, but still, like, stupid.
I thought he was going to be involved in a lot more. And that's probably just my fault for thinking about all the rumors and stuff, and speculating on the comics and stuff. But yeah, he didn't really. He didn't really do anything spectacular except rescue Peter.
Yeah.
At the end, and he had this weird attachment to the cat.
It was okay. I mean, nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
The end scene where you see them all, the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And one of the kids is there.
Yep.
I found out through New Rockstars that's Phyla-Vell. Who's Phyla-Vell? I don't know. I really don't follow the Guardians of the Galaxy, but also known as Quasar. Not the same Quasar that we know, but just like Nova, there's been multiple iterations. There's been multiple iterations of Quasar as well. I think she's the child of the original Captain Mar-Vell.
Yes. She's a Titanian and Kree hybrid.
Yeah, that.
Anyway, yeah, Phyla-Vell. That name rings bells because there was some spec on that too.
So what are... I don't like the way that they had the Guardians leave. Because it almost seems like they could bring them back and reform exactly the same team again. I mean, even in the end credit, it said Star-Lord will return.
I was just going to say, the legendary Star-Lord will return.
Now, and I didn't understand that final... Well, what are you saying? I can't... I think he should be mowing his lawn. Well, don't get me started. I was, why am I watching this? How does this pertain to anything? I didn't understand that second end credit scene and why it was important. Other than seeing that Kevin Bacon was on the newspaper talking about the alien abduction.
Yeah, that was good. That was probably my second least favorite post-credit scene ever after Multiverse of Madness. But I think it was just to show them starting a relationship, I guess. That's all I can think of because it didn't reveal anything.
What did you think about Quill's face almost exploding when he's in space? And
yeah, that was weird. But I guess accurate.
Well, blood will boil in a vacuum, but it's not in a vacuum. It's encased in your skin. I just don't see him recovering that quickly from something like that.
Well, yeah. And why didn't he do that in the first movie? He just got crystallized in the first movie. Or was that the second one? Whichever one, he was outside of nowhere in that little speeder.
That was the first one, but he wasn't going to die because Ego, the light was still alive inside the planet. So he was immortal. Same reason he could hold the Infinity Stone.
Well, I pretty much knew Warlock was going to save him at that point because nobody else could. But I thought it was funny, the Warlock, the little scene where he was like joining the pile on or whatever.
Oh, yeah. So I hug, huh? That's what I was supposed to do. Yeah, a little awkward. I mean, I would have actually been okay with Peter Quill actually dying there, especially in that manner. I'm not trying to get rid of Chris Pratt. I like the character, I like the actor, but if he did go back for the Zune, and it cost him his life. After doing everything to try to save Rocket and then having to mourn him at the end, I think that would have not been like an Iron Man death, but still a meaningful death at the end of that episode. Yeah, at the end of that trilogy.
I wonder if Marvel wants to milk more out of him. And that's why they were like, he'll be back. I mean, like they regret putting Tony down.
He'll be back. We got alternate universes, and we have an AI voice. Yeah. So
that's true.
I think they're just trying to rein back Robert Downey Jr.'s $75 million paycheck.
So we're talking a lot about the stuff that we didn't really enjoy or found confusing. What did you? I really liked Cosmo.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cosmo was cool, and I loved the whole like
dog person.
I am not a bad dog. You cannot
take it back. Take it back,
please.
I'm not gonna take it back. And Howard the Duck said, "They're like, oh, come on, just take it back already."
Yeah, I won't take it back because it's not true. And then at the very end, they reconcile with the whole boom. Yeah. She's a good dog.
Yeah, and her jumping up like, I knew you thought that it was a good dog.
Yeah, it's so good.
I could, if I called my dogs a bad dog, they wouldn't get upset because they've never heard me say it.
Yeah. What do these words mean? I don't know.
Does that mean I get up on the couch? That's what that means? Okay.
What else? Let's see. I gained even more admiration for Nebula. Not
to be confused with Gamora. Man,
no,
yeah.
I loved how they were like Peter was doing like proxy bitching through situations to her. What was the one where I forget exactly what it was happening, but he was like, and she came back and she was an asshole.
Oh, she was a dick.
I forget exactly. Oh, she was a dick. Yeah.
Yeah. You just glazed over a few things here, but essentially that's correct.
Right.
And every time the two sisters addressed each other, they just kind of like looked at you. Yeah, like that's like siblings would actually do.
I thought they handled that well as you could, because she did sort of come around at the end, but it wasn't this like happy fairy tale thing where she just fully came back,
Yeah. Well, one thing, it's just this doesn't follow continuity in my head. In my head, at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 1, her goal is to get the Infinity Stone, sell it to the highest bidder, and then get as far away from Thanos as possible. That's all she wants to do, just go somewhere else.
Okay.
I get it. Thanos is not around anymore, so she doesn't have to escape. But at no point did I have the impression that I'm going to get as far away as possible and become a pirate. So she did kind of embrace the Ravagers as a family.
Especially at the end.
Yeah. So she did want that family type of structure around her.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they do have some kind of a Peter and Gamora start dating again in the future, but I hope not.
Yeah.
I think that's run its course.
I was scared that Mantis and Drax were going to be irritating to me because they were borderline irritating in the Christmas special for me. Like, I was like, you guys are going a little too hard now.
Hello!
And I was like, it was good, this movie.
It was the right amount.
Yeah, it was the right amount for me. And there was some I also third time I got teary-eyed, I'm realizing, was when was it Nebula was like, Drax, I realize now that you're a good father. Or was that Mantis?
No, that was Nebula that said that. You're not Drax the Destroyer. You're Drax the dad.
Yeah. And he was like, oh. And I was like, oh.
Why didn't you tell us that you could speak their language? You never asked.
Yeah. Classic.
I don't mind that he's stupid. You think I'm stupid?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Forget.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? No, make him remember that. Okay? Because that's like, you called her ugly. So, fair is fair.
Also, in the very beginning, he was eating Zarg nuts.
Yeah. He offered one to Peter. She got pissed off that she didn't get off. He's like,
well, he offered one to Peter, And then he took it, and then she asked for one, and he was like, "There's no more." And then he proceeds to eat one.
Yeah, slowly, because it's so so slow that you can't see me. But yeah, he offered when he offered one to Peter. If you watched, Mantis has this like pissed off look, like, "Hey, I'm right here."
That.
Yeah. And then they get in the elevator, and they're going up. Well, why didn't you offer me a Zarg nuts? Well, there are no more. What do you think about the fight scene on the living headquarters? I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, that hallway scene where they fought all the like combo creatures and soldiers and stuff. That was fucking cool.
Yes,
they did a real good job with that.
I think every fight scene they nailed really well on this.
Yeah,
I can't think of any fight scenes that I didn't like. I gotta watch this multiple times.
Yeah,
see everything that's going on.
Yeah, and also the whole Rocket scratching off the High Inquisitor's face, and that's why he had like the
evolutionary. Evolutionary.
Jesus, I keep saying that. I got half
of
it right.
We watched too much Star Wars, man. We watched too much Star Wars.
It's your fault. The High Evolutionary's face.
Yeah, making it look like the Red Skull.
But that was another thing that I saw, like in trailers. I saw him have like this, like, whatever pulled back face. I was like, oh, that's just what he looks like. But we learned that he wasn't always that way. So that was a cool and frankly gross way to that happened. What else?
The killing of the entire planet of people.
Oh yeah, I mean that was heartbreaking. There was this one point where Gamora had Rocket, and she looked over, and there was like a couple standing on a lawn, and then the couple was just like blown up.
Yep.
I was like, "Fuck, man."
And the high priestess of the Sovereign also got killed right in front of.
That had to happen to trigger Warlock. I feel like so. Yeah, that was that. That sucked. What did you think about Peter Quill saying "fuck"?
You only said it once. You can say "fuck" one time in a movie and still keep a PG-13.
I thought it was wasted there. I didn't think it was a good application.
I actually did.
Personally, I feel like it would have been better in like something happens and then they just go "fuck" instead of open the fucking door or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Get in the fucking car.
Yeah. So, and then they made a good point. Like he's like herky jerky, like he's driving for the first time because he is.
I left Earth when I was 8 years old.
I don't know how to drive this any better than you would. Yeah. So.
And Earthlings only live till they're like 50.
You think I'm 50? I don't know.
Well, it was 2023. If he was born in 1980, because he was 8 in 1988 when they took him away, that makes him 43. So he better start thinking about his own mortality. He's right there.
Yeah.
I think that the amount of different creatures that they showed, I understand the High Evolutionary is going to be making a lot of different things, trying to find the right recipe, but it almost felt like I was in Star Wars Cantina. Like, how many different creatures can we make and just shove in here just for whatever? So Mattel can come out with a full line of all the different toys.
Maybe.
And the octopus squid guy selling meth to the cockroach heads.
Well, that needed to happen so he could. Oh, I really liked Peter when he confronted him. He was like, "Listen, I don't give a shit. I don't need to hear about another, demented guy whose mother didn't hug him long enough to, I was like, right on, brother. I agree. That's great. I loved that.
Yeah. And it's funny is you would think that after the fights that the Guardians have been in, that even people with the cred of the High Evolutionary, I get it, but you think that they would be giving them a little bit more respect. Oh, the Guardians are here. Oh, so these are the guys that beat Ronan with the Power Stone. They assisted in beating Thanos. Yeah. Got two daughters of Thanos here.
Prideful, I guess. which that man was very, very prideful. He thought he was God.
Yeah.
So I can see it. What would you give it?
I'm gonna go 7.5 to 8. I really did enjoy the film. It made the points that they went for with humor, even though some of them were a little corny, still made me laugh. I heard laughter from other members of the audience, which was still packed on a Sunday, which was good. It didn't tear me up as much as I thought it would. I thought it was a good conclusion, still leaving the door open for the future for other Guardians. Well-rounded trilogy. I'll go a solid 8.
Nice. I should have been thinking of my rating, but the whole time you were saying that.
Especially since you put me on the spot by going, what would you give it? I'm like, oh, shit.
Well, you do that to me all the time, so.
Fair.
I will also give it an 8. It was really, really good. And like I said in the beginning, it's probably my favorite thing that's come out of Marvel since Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like old Marvel a little bit.
Yeah. I watched one review of somebody that saw it during the world premiere, and they said that Marvel is back. And then I had a conversation with somebody else. They're like, "Well, that sucks. The guy that brought it back is leaving them." So we're right back where we started from.
That's going to be interesting, actually. Star-Lord being handled by somebody that's not Gunn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he was a little bit in like Endgame and whatever for his cameos and those parts, but not like a feature length.
And who's gonna? What are they gonna? Are they ever gonna have Drax the Destroyer or Drax the Dad? I mean, nowhere is the headquarters of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So if those kids are there and Drax is acting as a dad, are they gonna have somebody else play Drax, or he'll just be in the background? Or
oh yeah, because he's retiring that character, right?
He said that he'll never do a film for Marvel that Gunn does not direct. Now, the question is, if they add another zero to the paycheck, will he do it? I don't know. Will Nebula be around? I don't know. Will there be a Ravager movie? I don't know.
Or will there be a new Guardian Galaxy movie? They have to do more with Warlock.
Yeah, they're gonna do more with Warlock. They got the next Guardian set up. Well, I mean, I'd like to see more with Nebula. I really would. The fact that she took the damn arrow right in what would have been her heart was kind of
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn. If I only had a heart. So she's a Tin Man.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered everything that we wanted to talk about. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah. I had a great time, and I'll watch it again when I can.
Absolutely. I may even go to the movie theater a second time to see this.
Oh.
And sit all the way in the back so I can see audience reactions, because I'm starting to really enjoy that. Thankfully, it was a good friend of mine that wanted to go, and it was kind of fun going to a Marvel movie with somebody else that appreciates Marvel. So
yeah. It as much as I tell myself like it shouldn't matter, but like it just enhances it. Like your humankind wants to be sociable and do things together. So
yep.
Yeah.
That's why we're here right now.
For you.
Aww. Oh, you didn't mean me. You meant them.
I mean everybody.
Everybody. All right, so let's wrap this up. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Click on those notifications when you, so that way you can see when more videos are dropping. But also, please throw a comment down below. Let us know, did you like the film? Did you, what was your rating on it? What was your favorite part? What was the part that you didn't like? Okay, anything you want to talk about, we got a great forum here for it. You can also visit us on Instagram, where we are Team Ohana Family. You can visit us on our Patreon page and become one of our coconuts. Which is just Team Ohana at Patreon. We have our podcast, which you can pick up on any podcast supplier, like Spotify, where we do our back issue book club. I'm trying my best here. You're usually the person who remembers all this, but I think I'm doing a decent job here.
You are, yeah.
You've trained me well. I'm your Padawan. Anyway, I think the next thing we're going to be reacting to is possibly the second season for Sweet Tooth.
Yes.
But I know tomorrow, though, Monday, we're going to be reviewing the top 10 list from the cover price.
Yep.
So until we see you in that video or whichever video you come and check us out in, mahalo.